Okay, Michael, good job. Everything's looking really fantastic. Pumpkin seeds and peanuts can't do it. Gotta name it. Gotta name her Fantasia Furniture Fairy. Don't forget, this is the overview for the caricature thumbnails. This is a project, a hypothetical project, as we're designers for Eclipse Entertainment, and this is our project: is to build these caricature toys. So this is a requirement. So yours, since it's made of furniture, will have to be called Fantasia Furniture Fairy. Not that I don't like pumpkin seeds and peanuts. I think it's pretty funny. And I gotta admit, your writing cracked me up, really did. Okay, so let's go to the file. I want to show you some really cool techniques, okay? So the first thing is, let's take a look at the chair. And I'm gonna zoom into the chair, and we can see that the chair has, it's not all masked out, okay? So we're not seeing that cool blue background behind the chair, and the reason is because we're seeing the original background. So what I want to do is I want to come to the chair layer. So let's select the chair layer, and here's the chair layer right here. So what I want to do is I'm just going to throw away your mask, and I want to start over. So, okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come to this quick selection tool right here, and let's just start selecting. Oops, let's start selecting the mask. Okay, let's get that. We'll come over here, get the bottom of that. Okay, so as you can see, we've got everything selected, but the problem is we've got the outside selected too. So if I mask this right now, it's just going to punch a hole where the chair was. But as you can see, the problem is that it's going to punch a hole, but it's also going to take those center parts of the mask too. So we need to add those to our mask. So there's one, there's one, there's one, there, and then let's get these little guys here. Here and here. Okay, I got some areas where it looks like I need to take away from the selection. So let's go ahead and do that. You know what? I'm going to start that over again because I don't like the way that looks. So let's go according to our selection tool. Okay, let's just start selecting the background. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we'll come in here and let's get those little areas there, and there. Okay, so as you can see, we still have the outside selected, but we have the whole chair selected. So I'm going to come across the top and say select inverse. Okay, and when I do that, now if I come over here and create my layer mask, boom, there it goes. Everything's gone. See the background? You can see it's not a great selection. I missed some parts there, so you would want to refine that selection as well as you can. But that's how you would select that whole chair out, including those holes in the middle. Okay, another cool technique I want to show you is how you can add adjustment layers to individual layers in here. So let's go to the chair. Let's go to the arm, this arm right here. Okay, let's go to that, and let's add an adjustment layer to that arm right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do is with that layer selected, I'm just going to come down here and I'm going to say create new adjustment layer. And I'm just going to go to levels because it's the quickest to show. Now with my levels, now don't forget with this adjustment layer, it's going to affect everything below it. And I don't want to do that. I just want it to affect that arm right there. So I need to clip that layer, right click, create clipping mask, and it's going to clip that layer to that, I'm sorry, that adjustment to that layer right there. Now, when I come over to my properties, right here, we can see that I can darken up that and it only affects that one arm. Look at how beautiful that is. Okay, so let's do the same thing for this arm over here. This one, whoops, that's the wrong one. This one, this arm. Okay, let's do the same thing. Come down here, we'll say create new adjustment layer, go to levels, right click and clip that to the layer below it and darken that one up too. Very nice, very nice. Okay, next thing I want to do is do the same thing for the lamp. Look at the lamp. Look how light the lamp is. So let's come to the lamp, do the same thing. Create a new adjustment layer. Right click so we can clip it to the layer below it. And then let's bring out some richness of that lamp. Look at that. How beautiful is that? Okay, so that is a good technique right there. Now, the one thing I want to do is I want to say you can create some, I would create a face over here in this. Let me show you a cool way to do that. Let's go to let's use these knobs for eyeballs. Okay, let's go to that layer right there, the dresser layer. Let's go to quick mask. Okay, well, right there. Now I'm going to go into quick mask mode right here, which is right here. Okay, and I'm in my brush tool. I'm just going to select that knob right there. Okay, now when I leave my brush tool, you can see that's now selected. So I'm going to Command 0, but this is all selected too. So I just want the knob. So of course I'll come across the top menu, I'll say select and select inverse. Okay, now that is selected. So what I want to do now is create a new layer from that selection right there. And in order to do so, I'm just going to hit Command J. Okay, and that creates, then I'll just name that layer eyeball. Okay, and what I want to do with that layer is I want to move that layer up to the top so that when I grab my move tool and we move that eyeball layer, there it's visible. Okay, so there's the... And if you don't want it to snap to guides like this, see how it's snapping to those guides, just hold your control key. Okay, so there's one eyeball. Now let's just take that eyeball layer and let's duplicate it. And we'll take that, move that over. There's another eyeball. Hey, look at that. Pretty cool, huh? All right, now what do we want to do? Let's make a face. Let's make a smile. How do we do that? I see a smile right here. Let's take that right there and use it. So we go to the lamp layer. This is going to get kind of tricky, I think. So let's see what happens here. So here's the lamp layer. What do I want to do here? Let me turn off all the layers except the lamp layer. And what I want to do here is I just want to come over here. And let's come in here to our quick mask tool, get our brush, and let's just select this guy right here. Okay. Now, if I come out of my mask tool, that's going to be selected. I Command 0. See that this is all selected too. So across the top menu, we'll select inverse. Okay, now we have that guy. Now I'm going to Command J that. Let's Command J. Let's take that guy and move him over to the side. Okay, and we'll call that layer smile. And I'm going to take that layer there, and I'm just going to move it to the very top of the file above the eyeballs. Okay, now I'm going to bring everything back. And the reason I turned everything off there was because, okay, it looks like something got unclipped. And this layer right here, for some reason, got unclipped from the lamp. When I selected this, it got unclipped. So I'm just going to come over here. I'm going to right-click that. I'm going to say Create Clipping Mask. And you can see everything comes back. So for some reason, when I selected that mouth out of there, the smile, it took the clipping mask away. But it's okay because I have the smile. Let's put the smile right there. And then we can even do an adjustment layer with the smile if we go with levels. And then we'll clip that guy to the, and then we can do whatever we want with that. Make it light, make it dark. Okay, so there you have it. All right. So there's just a couple of techniques I just wanted to show you to make some improvements on the creature itself. So basically, in a nutshell, it's clipping adjustment layers to individual layers and duplicating parts of this. Note that command is Command J. Once you make a selection, okay, make a selection anywhere. Make sure you're on the layer. Okay, so if I go over here. Take that selection right there. I Command J that. And I'm going to take my move tool. And you see that just created a new layer out of that. So that's a cool technique. But anyways, so yeah, so creating different masking techniques, quick mask, adjusting, clipping adjustment layers to individual layers. And you're well on your way. So let's try a couple of those techniques. Try them right here before your final submission. I'd like to see what you come up with. All right, any questions, let me know. Thanks, man.